Well, even though the playoffs are clinched, still a wonderful night to enjoy on the first base sky porch. The great spaces here at Virginia Credit Union Stadium for groups. No score, bottom of the second. A couple of Ks and a 1-2-3 first for Tyler Renz. He threw just 11 pitches. He faces Jacob Walsh to open the bottom of the second, who hits a check swing foul ball down the third base line. That tarp still rolled up. Hopefully it stays that way. As Eli Willits retrieves the baseball. Thank you, Eli. It's 1-1 on Walsh, whose Oregon Ducks had themselves a day today.
They dismantled Oklahoma State.
As we expected them to, based on all the chatter this week from the Oklahoma State side. You just can't cry poor in the NIL era.
Yeah, we talked about it with Jacob in the dugout. We were saying to him, Oregon favored by 30. That still doesn't feel like enough.
Last I checked, it was 69-3.
That was the final score.
Walsh slices it foul. It's 2-2. 69-3 in a Power 4 Big 10 against Big 12 game is insane. This is not some FCS team.
No, Oklahoma State was on the doorstep of the playoffs just a couple years ago.
They've been in the Big 12 championship game multiple times in the last 5 years. As Walsh is down swinging at a curve. 3 Ks in the first 4 hitters for Tyler Renz. Really nice start to his Saturday night, and there's one away.
But Jacob, when they introduce the lineups here every night, does the two-hand O into the camera, so I'm sure he was watching before he got to the ballpark today and truly enjoying.
I think today was the latest report time of the year for the Fred Nats, deservedly so after you clinch on a walk-off grand slam. So plenty of football watching time for the fellas today if that's how they chose to spend it. Swing and a miss by Nick Peoples. It's been a nice week for Nick. 5 for 16 with a homer. OPS over 700 in his last 10. He's a very important bat that's going to hit in the middle of the lineup in the playoffs. And he's taken to 1-1. And both of our football teams, I almost said ball clubs, but that's a little too baseball.
Yeah.
Are kicking off within mere minutes. Nick on a lob shot to second. It's caught over the shoulder by Lameda. Nice play there by Luis, and there's 2 down. Who does USC have today?
Georgia Southern.
Oh, yes.
It's the return
Clay
of
Helton.
Clay Helton, the former USC head coach, and the first ever meeting between those two schools. Our quote-unquote ball clubs meet in 2 weeks.
They do, in the Coliseum. I was almost going to go, but it just didn't. The Fred Nats could be in the championship series like 2 days before that. Luke Dickerson takes outside, ball 1. We went out there last year when Michigan State played Oregon. It was a loss for the Spartans. Not nearly as bad as 69-3, but what an electric environment at Autzen Stadium. 2-0 on Luke, another very important bat. If Peoples and Dickerson can produce some extra base pop in the playoffs, this team is exceptionally dangerous. Swing and a miss at a slider, but it's been a great week for Luke. 5 for 9 with a stolen base after 0 for 18 in Lynchburg last week. This has been a much-needed get-right series for Washington's 4th best prospect. The 2-1. Check swing, he did not, says Brandon Smith down the first base line.
Let's get a look. 50-50.
I think the Mudcats in the first base dugout disagree with that assessment.
Tie goes to the runner.
On a 3-1, Dickerson takes ball 4. Been doing more of that recently, too. Just seems like whatever was ailing him last week in Lynchburg, it's cured.
And I think maybe it's a little relief of pressure. For a while, for about 2 months, the offense was pretty reliant on him to have a big night every night. And I think we've gotten to a point with such a deep lineup and so many contributors that he doesn't have to be the one.
Here's Angel Feliz. He had a big part in that ninth inning last night. Line drive single to the pull side. 4 for 10 week for Feliz. So in a game where some Fred Nat bench players are starting, Feliz and Dickerson both still in there. I mean, somebody's got to play shortstop and second base with Eli Willits off today. Luke flops back to first. 21 for 26 in his maiden professional baseball voyage, stealing bases for Dickerson. One of the best pound-for-pound athletes in this league. Fakes a steal. Feliz pops it out of play.
And the Fred Nats have such an athletic team. They've got some guys that can hit for power, but they're not the big, burly Prince Fielder types or guys that don't really have a position in the field. Like, their best players are all real athletes.
Yeah, I mean, Luke, we've talked till we're blue in the face about his hockey past. Feliz sends one high and deep the other way. Look out, bullpen. Goodbye. The Oppo specialist, Angel Feliz, deposits another the other way. And it's 2-0 Fred Nats. You love to see that.
Fred Nats in their first 8 homestands of this season had 16 combined home runs. In the last 2 homestands, they have 17, and watch them spill out of the way in that bullpen, because that's off the FH4 wall. The power stroke has been on full display now for the last 3 weeks here at home for the Fred Nats. It's unbelievable.
That's the first non-Grand Slam home run Angel Feliz has hit with the Fred Nats. Almost identical to the last Grand Slam he hit into that right field bullpen. Here's Rafi Ramirez Jr. making his first professional start in the outfield tonight. The right fielder for the Fred Nats. Hits a one-hopper right back to Renz, who will throw to first in time. A 2-out walk turns into a 2-run home run for Feliz and a 2-0 Fred Nat lead.